Welcome to the Premier Era here on YouTube. My name's Darren and today we're going to be having a look at the madness that is the January transfer window. The January transfer window is finally here. The time where clubs will look for solutions to temporary problems, will look to get rid of the waste on the wage bill, or would just look to bring in an extra pair of legs to help their fight on all fronts until the end of the season. And although this 4-week circus normally goes past with minimal fuss, there have been a few stories and signings that have proven to be well worth it. So today we're going to have a look at the top 10 January signings. Number 10, Wilfred Ndidi. When it became clear that Nampalys Mendy wouldn't be the heir to N'Golo Kante's throne, Leicester turned to a then 20-year-old Wilfred Ndidi just 6 months later, and what a decision that turned out to be. His incredible work rate, intelligent positioning and fantastic ability in the tackle, Wilfred Ndidi has made himself a key figure in the heart of that Leicester City midfield, which has been competing for top 4 positions over the last few seasons and of course has won the FA Cup. For a £15 million investment, which is rumoured could bring Leicester a profit more than 6-fold, what a fantastic signing Wilfred Ndidi has turned out to be. Number 9, Olivier Giroud. The 2018 January transfer window was actually quite an interesting one. The main story of course being the battle between the Manchester clubs over who got custody of Alexis Sanchez's dogs, but Chelsea were running a subplot of their own. Needing a target man who liked to head a ball, Chelsea drew up this 6-man shortlist before deciding on Olivier Giroud. Signed for £18 million from London rivals Arsenal, Giroud turned out to be a reliable option for the 4 managers he served in his 3.5 years at Stamford Bridge. His intelligent positioning and mere presence in the box was a constant nuisance for defenders, and although he wasn't able to replicate his goal-scoring form from Arsenal in the league, he was able to play a massive role in helping Chelsea win the Champions League, Europa League and FA Cup during his period there, and he leaves one of the few players respected from both the red and blue side of London. Even if signing Giroud meant that we missed out on the Ashley Barnes vs Sergio Ramos showdown we have all longed for. Number 8, Paolo Di Canio. Harry Redknapp on the back of his ban for pushing ref Paul Alcock in what was very much a I think I can change him move, the flamboyant Italian and West Ham just seemed to go together perfectly. He will go on to become an icon in his 4.5 years at Upton Park with his fiery, passionate demeanour, his goal scoring and goal creating abilities and a technical excellence that even Dimitar Berbatov would bow down to. And his time at West Ham also seemed to have changed him as a person. Just 2 years after his ban for pushing a ref, he was awarded the FIFA Fair Play Award for stopping play when Everton goalkeeper Paul Gerrard went down injured. Maybe Harry Redknapp was able to get the prince out of this frog. Also check out his volley against Wimbledon, you're welcome. Number 7, Luis Suarez. When Torres joined the second most hated team wearing blue to Liverpool fans, it was up to a 6'3" Geordie and a Uruguay menace to replace him. And while things didn't work out for Carroll, Suarez certainly did enough for the both of them to make up for the loss. Tenacious, hard-working and literally willing to scratch, claw and bite his way to victory, Suarez became one of the most devastating strikers in the world during his 3.5-year spell at Anfield. The 2013-14 season epitomised Luis Suarez with 31 goals and 12 assists as he took a subpar Liverpool on his back to the brink of the Premier League title, and he will go down as arguably the most naturally gifted player to wear the famous red shirt. 6. Jermaine Defoe. Signed as part of a player swap for Josie Altidore, Jermaine Defoe returned to English football with the North East sides and seemed to rediscover his love for goals as well. 15 league goals in his 2 full seasons in Wearside is his joint second highest goal tally of his career, and also helped Sunderland avoid relegation in his first season and earned him an England recall in his second season, 4 years after his last appearance. His natural goal-scoring ability helped create a bond with the Black Cat faithful, while his relationship with little legend Bradley Lowery created a bond with the entire football world. Number 5. Gary Cahill. Moving from mid-table Bolton Wanderers to title-challenging Chelsea for £7 million, Gary Cahill took to the new pressures like a duck to water. Gary Cahill quickly made himself the perfect partner for John Terry. Strong, quick, great in the air with a great passing range and surprisingly good eye for goal. In his 7.5 years at Stamford Bridge, he would make 290 appearances in which he won 2 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 2 Europa Leagues, a League Cup and of course the Champions League, which he won 6 months after signing. A fantastic servant to Stamford Bridge, and for £7 million? What a bargain. Number 4. Virgil van Dijk. Okay, so Virgil van Dijk may have cost more than 10 times that of a trophy-laden Gary Cahill, but this man is the epitome of what a centre-back needs to be. Signing 6 months later than initially intended, Van Dijk completely changed Liverpool's defence from the minute he turned up at Anfield, and in which time he's gone on to win both the Champions League and Premier League title. Possessing all the attributes you'd want in a modern day centre-back, as well as a passing range that plays a huge role in Liverpool's attack, Virgil van Dijk is recognised as one of the world's best centre-backs, and is one of the few people who could make £75 million look like an absolute steal. 3. Branislav Ivanovic. Now, while today's fullbacks need to have a lot of pace, a lot of stamina and great technical ability, Branislav Ivanovic had none of that, and yet is still one of the best fullbacks to play in the Premier League. The Serbian tank was versatile, physical, great in the air, and had a fantastic goal-scoring record for a defender. And he will go on to make over 300 appearances for Chelsea as he won every trophy under the sun, including 3 Premier League titles and 3 FA Cups. Not bad for a player who didn't make a single appearance in his first 6 months for Chelsea, in which he actually almost left the club during that period until Andrei Shevchenko convinced him to stay, arguably his greatest contribution in a blue shirt. Number 2. Andy Cole. When your manager has to stand outside the stadium and explain to the fans why you sold a player, to the point that when some fans get into the stadium the manager has to lay them out, you know that you've lost a special player. But what was Newcastle's loss was certainly Manchester United's gain. Cole de Gaulle was one of England's best strikers, especially around that time. 34 league goals the season before, and then 9 to kick off the new campaign before his move to the red side of Manchester, where he would continue his goal-scoring crusades, in which he would win 5 Premier League titles in his 6 years at Old Trafford. With his natural ability to seemingly score goals from anywhere, Manchester United enjoyed a very successful period in which they also added 2 FA Cups and the Champions League during Cole's term there. And his partnership with Dwight Yorke will always go down as one of the best Premier League partnerships of all time. For £6 million and Keith Gillespie, I think we know which team got the better end of the deal there. And number 1, Nemanja Vidic and Patrice Evra. Okay, so I might be cheating a little bit here having 2 players as number 1, but honestly I cannot separate them. Both were signed in the same January, both spent the same 8.5 year period with the club in which both made over 300 appearances each, and they both made up 50% of one of the most dominant defences in that period. So for me, Vidic and Evra as number 1 makes perfect sense. Another thing they had in common is that they both struggled initially to adapt to the English game, but of course that would very quickly become a thing of the past. Nemanja Vidic would go on to become one of the world's best centre-backs at that time. He was strong, committed, physical, great in the air and had great positional awareness, and was the perfect partner for Rio Ferdinand's more technical approach to the centre-back role. And in Patrice Evra, you had a fantastic left-back. Aggressive, hard-working, versatile, with great crossing attributes as well as attacking awareness that wouldn't see him out of place in today's modern game. 5 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups and the Champions League, all for a combined price of £12.5 million. Absolutely fantastic business. So there it is, the top 10 January signings. Please get in the comments and let me know what you think and who you think should have been in this list. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And of course, if you want to follow me on any of the other socials of the Premier era, you can see them on your screen now. But thank you very much and have a great day.